Hey everybody, welcome back to Fairville Plays The Binding of Isaac. I don't know how many more Mom's Heart kills we need, but I think yeah. Alright. Let's try to get some redemption with Eve. It's gonna have to happen at some point. You might as well embrace the fact that it needs to be done and have some fun with it. We did have, look, the last time we played as Eve, I'm not saying that we had a bad run. I'm saying that I played bad and honestly maybe took a little bit too much damage that I honestly shouldn't have taken, or maybe we went a little bit too aggressive with the deal with the devil. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. So, in a way, all of my sins have been washed away. They've been abolished by the universe because, look, I don't know what happened, so that's fine too. But we gotta kill Mom's Heart, I think, like, a few more times before we can actually, yeah, okay. We gotta get Mom's Heart a few more times before we could actually start making some decent progress. I know, like, we could have been going down to the, I know we could have been going down to Shoal, like, quite a few times now, but I want to take things slow. We gotta unlock Maggie. I'll be, like, straight up honest with you. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten Maggie yet. I know that, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm, like, the best Isaac player of all time. I will say that, like, I think the only way that we're going to be able to unlock Maggie is if we actually try for it. Unfortunately, Eve is not the character that you want to try to unlock Maggie with, given her unique situations, in the sense that you don't want HP with her. Oh, bruh, I didn't mean to pick that up, dude. I do want to peep the rest of this room. However, the one nice thing that I can now say is that we don't need boss rush with this character. Step in me, yes. No. It's not what I wanted, but that's fine. You know what? Fair. We're in the unique situation, a first for the series, where we don't have to do boss rush, really, if we don't want to. So, you know, that's great. Secret room, like, maybe? Nah. That was a bit of a stretch, I'll admit. We don't have any money. We don't have... Well, we have a single key. We don't have a single dollar. I haven't seen a tinted rock on this floor, so... If this is the case, I might as well go and hurt myself to give ourselves a little bit more damage and have the best chance possible going down to the next floor. Give me the curse. Thank you. We'll take our single dollar for the time. Alright. Going off to a good start. Excuse me. Hold on. I know I cough a lot, and I'm so sorry. It's like first thing in the morning when I start talking, it's like the phlegm factory opens up in the back of my throat. I have a massive bottle of water. Hold on. Alright. Hydration has been achieved. We're ready. Goals. It's a simple goal this time around. Oh, boys. It's a simple goal this time around. Boss rush, you know, if need be. Not a mandatory, not absolutely something that we have to go for, which is nice to say. But simply a Mom's Heart kill is what we need in order to get Eve on the same level as the other characters in the game currently. And that should be more or less obtainable. All we gotta do, like, really just give me a good deal with the... Oh, boys. Give me a good deal with the devil. This room actually scared me. Give me a good deal with the devil. Let me stack up like a decent amount of spirit hearts. Explosive diarrhea is not really what we want here. That's fine too. Alright, we're good. Anyway. Alright, I'm set. My brain has been calibrated. We're ready to go into Isaac. Either way, hello. Chat, how have you been on this surprisingly interesting room that we have here? On this glorious day, you know? Hey, dude. Depending on where you are in the world, the weather is starting to take a little turn. Can I get, like, one good pill? Like, in the history of this series, can I get one good pill? Which I don't know, like, what pills we even have unlocked, so maybe we can't get good pills. No, and Edmund, that might be a DLC you gotta pay $4.99 for, am I right? Welcome to the future of gaming, boys and girls. Nah, that's not fair to say. Edmund doesn't charge for... Excuse me? Edmund doesn't charge for microtransactions, Fairville. You're expressing yourself in a nonconformist way. Oh, thank God, it's Brother Bobby. I was really hoping for, like, something decent, but nah, dude. We'll take Brother Bobby. Monstro in a tiny room. Not the hardest boss that we could be fighting on this floor, but not an easy boss. I'll say that. And actually, this better not ruin my deal with the devil chance because it's on a baby room. Because if that is the case, I'm going to be, like, livid. Hold up. Thank you so much. Alright. Binky, good get. Spirit hearts have been accomplished. We will take... Hey, look at that. Death list has been unlocked. Rotten Baby, it's a good item. I have no idea what familiars we need in order to get the conjoined transformation. Yeah, this looks like it could be good. It was not good, but it could still be good. I don't know, I think we need like Sister Maggie to get, which, you know, at this point, like, all bets are off if we could even manage to pull that off. I will buy this, and I will be on my way. Thank you, Shopman, for your patronage. I'm ready to go. But it's getting colder now. I mean, in Canada, a lot of people like to make fun of Canadians, being like, hey, isn't it cold where you are? And I'm like, yeah, it is. You know why? Because we're like norther of the border. But also, I can't really complain about the cold too much. I am a Canadian, which does give me the right to complain about the cold. But I'm not like a northern Canadian. I'm pretty much like, I'm as American as I can be as a Canadian. Like Toronto, we're like 2 hours away from the American border. That's it. You know, like, I could literally like go to the Lake Ontario and look across and be like, oh, hey, there's the US. So like pretty much the weather that you get in New York is the weather that we get here in Toronto. Maybe like a little bit colder. Maybe we get like a little bit more wind chill and stuff like that. Dude, a couple bombs would be great. Also, I can't accidentally pick up hearts and ruin this run. So that's also really good. Couple of bombs would have been great. I think this is the easiest way to do this. I don't know if we'll be able to get both of these chests, but we should be able to. Alright. This run has the signs of redemption. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Now we could get like even a little bit of money gain, which... Who knows, man? Maybe we could start donating to the machine a little bit more too, which would be fan-freaking-tastic. But yeah, I'm like, you know, it's maybe like a little bit colder here. But for instance, geographically speaking, I'm pretty sure like Chicago is more northern on the globe than Canada is, or at least than Toronto is. I'm not gonna say than Canada is. I'm pretty sure. I know. Look, geography. It's not one of my strong suits as a big-brained boy. I basically, if you were to like show me an average globe and ask me where's Czechoslovakia, I'd be like, I have no idea. I don't even know if Czechoslovakia is a real place. I think I may have just put together two different words into like a single one, like to prove my point. But in a way, it did in fact prove my point. So like, who's really wrong about this? Yo, Rotten Baby could give you flies too? Or I'm sorry, not flies. They could give you spiders too? No, you fool! You picked up Mom's wigs. That's where the friggin' spiders are coming from, brother. Alright. Good. Good. BFF would not be a bad pickup either. Dude, I don't know geography. Like, I know enough to get by, you know? I know, like, the major continents. And you might be saying, well, Fairville, maybe it's time that you educate yourself. To that, I say, like, yeah, but, like, doesn't matter, you know? I'm realizing, and I know, like, first of all, the answer is whenever anybody asks you, does it matter? The answer is usually almost always, yeah, kind of, in a way, depending on how you want to look at things. But it's interesting, like, how much stuff that was incredibly pivotal to our survival as species I no longer care about as an individual. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that there are people out there that care about it, you know, in order for the continuation of the species, such as cartography. I'm sure that's important for certain things, but like I don't care about it. But if I were to go back like a couple hundred years in time, that was a mimic, brother. If I were to go back like a couple hundred years in time, I'd probably care more about cartography, you know, the rhythm of the natures, the flow of the stars, the tides of the moon, and all that stuff. I don't want the HP. I'm good to go. We could have probably bought Fanny Pack from the shop, and now that I think about it, that's probably like a really good idea to do, but, you know, sometimes you get what you get, and sometimes you don't get anything good. I'm gonna bomb you. Key beggars? Sure, we'll take the AAA battery. Is it gonna help us? I don't know, man. But you know what? Maybe it will one day. Key beggars, they're really hard to be good. Maybe one day they will in fact be good. Ah, dude, I hate this room. Maybe one day they will in fact be good, but that day honestly has yet to come for me. So we're going to play it slow. Dude, I just realized that these enemies are basically the same exact enemies from Undermine, except fair to deal with. Oh, Fairville, when are you going to get over Undermine and the bitterness of the salt? You know what? Never. I'm never going to get over it. Deal with it. This is the world that we live in, a.k.a., to put it in a Mandalorian sense, this is the way. I don't know, man. Should I learn cartography? I don't think it matters. Do it. Like, the way I look at it, when's the next time I'm going to need to map something out? But, with that, yeah, I'll do this. But with that being said, the ability to, like, look up random things whenever I want is just so nice, you know? What did people do, like, before the age of the search engines? Like, can you imagine, genuinely, you know? I see my analytics. Most of the people that watch this stuff, this just insane garbage where I just rant for like half an hour, most of the people here, they're like around my age, maybe a little bit younger, but definitely above the age of 13, Copa. You know? So I think like most of the people either lived their lives, or lived most of their lives with the ability to look up everything they want whenever they want. Yeah, I thought that was the last one. But can you imagine, like, the world where it's like, oh, I really want to know how do I brew my own kombucha? And then you're like, well, I guess I gotta book a freaking appointment with a kombucha blacksmith and then, you know, be like, hey, boss, can you show me how to make my own kombucha? And then he's like, sorry, I can't do it this weekend. My wife has dysentery. And then you're like, oh, that's fair. You know, we do live in a, not even a post-apocalyptic hellscape, but like a pre-apocalyptic hellscape. I don't like this room, dude. As long as we kill everything here before they can intersect, it's good. I can't imagine not being able to just look up random things, you know? It's also like, you know, the Google. I was literally about to say the Google and prove myself as the best boomer YouTuber. But Google, like, it has its benefits for sure, but it also has its drawbacks. A point in case. Have you ever had a conversation, more of an argument, let's just call it what it is. Have you ever had an argument with someone and you were like 100% sure that you were right about something, and they're like, you know what, let's Google it. And then you're like, yeah, Google it, because I'm 100% right. But as soon as they're like willing to test Google, you're like, oh no, maybe I'm not right about this. That's the one drawback I know about Google. And then, of course, you know, there's the ever-presence, like, oh, we're watching and monitoring everything you do so we could sell your information to companies in China. You know what? Unpopular opinion. I don't mind that. I'm kind of down for, like, my identity to be sold. Why? It's not that I don't have pride as an individual. And I know that this is a potentially contentious point of conversation, and I understand that, but, like, I don't care. You know? What's the worst that happens? I mean, yes, you know, there's all the legality behind it, but I'm sure it's fine at the end of the day. Oh, no, Google's selling your information to China. You gotta watch out. Otherwise, next time you go on Amazon, they're gonna use your search history to tell you, to show you things that you want, therefore maybe increasing the likelihood that you're gonna spend money. Oh, no. Help. My First Amendment has been abruptly ended. I don't know. We don't have an amendment in Canada. Do we? You know, I'm sure we have. Oh, hey, Ancient Recall has been unlocked. There you go. You just had to use a couple cards, you fool. Does Canada have, like... I'm sure, like, we do. I'm sure we do. Like, we have, like, a set of rules that just says, hey, don't be, like, a bunch of jerks to each other. I just don't think we make a big deal about it. I don't want that, man. Stop giving me HP. Let's go. We have like a set of rules, I'm sure, in place that's like, hey, don't kill each other. Don't be jerks to each other. You know, stuff like basic stuff. Oh, we got Ancient Recall. Sweet. But I don't think we have like an amendment. You know what? Like straight up honestly, I've already like outed myself as being like a fool for not knowing about like geography and stuff like that. I know nothing about like Canadian anything really. And you might be saying, well, Fairville, that's not, you know, you should at least know a little bit about the country you live in. Yeah, that's fair. But you know what the problem is? I'm at the point in my life now where, like, everything I learn, I need to learn through either the news source or the internet. Okay? Which you might be saying, like, well, you can do your own research. I'm like, yeah, but, like, I'm not gonna, obviously. Come on, man. However, as a Canadian that lives, once again, 2 hours, ooh, Tammy's head is not good, but it's better. What floor is this? Necro 1? Let's do the boss. The Fallen is, like, probably the best thing we could have asked for. Assuming we don't take too much damage here, we should be fine. Plus, 100% guaranteed deal with the devil. On top of that, he's going to give us a deal with the devil item, so pretty good. What do you have for me, brother? I'll take a brimstone. Pentagram's also good. I'd like to trade away this one left heart. That's fine, too. I guess we'll fight Krampus. HP's looking a little spicy. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's really bad. Alright. Lump of coal. Good. And honestly, now that I'm looking at this, we might as well just make our way downtown fast, get to our item room, and then continue down. I don't want to do... You're not an enemy that explodes. Good. I don't want to do boss rush unless I have to. But we have so much money, we might as well, like, try for a key and get into our shop, or at the very least get into our item room, because apparently, I don't know about you, but I've learned that in roguelikes, if you actually manage to get items, you increase your chance of winning. And more to the point, my HP's a little low. But yeah, as a Canadian, you know how hard it is to learn about Canadian things? Do you want to know why? And I'm not trying to make this a conversation that has to be had. However, Mom's Key? Absolutely. I don't know, I forget what you do here, but I think it's, like, decent. We got a lump of coal, which is actually the rare payout from the present, so I'm not too mad about that. I have no idea if it stacks upon itself, but I mean, like, sure, pay to play, it's too late for that. Diplopia will have to forego Tammy's head in order to make it work, but I think that's fine. With Mom's Key, we're going to be popping open more chests. Alright. With Mom's Key, I like to be popping open chests that actually, like, I don't know, provide us with some sort of benefit and not like a niche trinket, which now that I think about it, we probably should be picking up just to add it to the roster. What do you got? Sloth? Not a problem. Bob's Rotten Head? Thank you, sir. Alright. Again, sorry. What was I talking about? Right, being a Canadian. AKA, what else is new, Farival? Am I right? No, this trinket's actually actively bad for us. Does Mom's Key not give you good chest payouts? Because those last ones have been kind of trashy. But, like, learning about Canadian anything is really hard as a Canadian. Because, again, I'm not trying to blame anything specifically. But 2 hours away from the American border, if I turn on the Canadian news, unless something, like, has just happened in Toronto, or, like, the GTA... Or even, like, I'll go as far as to say, like, Barrie and East Gwillimbury, alright? That's it. I'll count you guys into the fold of the GTA. Congratulations. I'm sure you're happy about that. I know nothing happens up in freaking Gwillimbury. But unless there's, like, something that just happened, all the Canadian news talks about is, like, what's going on in the U.S. And I'm not talking, like, just politically. I'm talking about, like, yeah, alright, we'll take left hand. I mean, like, whatever. The friggin'... The battery's not going to help us with, I got scared. The battery's not going to help us with, diplopia. Hematemesis is probably, like, just a joke at this point. Look, I like the U.S. You guys have some cool stuff going on every once in a while. Like, I don't know, sometimes you guys have people that compete in the Olympics. We don't know what that's like, even though we do. We have a very accomplished Olympic team. Surprisingly, not just winter sports. Summer sports as well. And you know why that is? We've been over it. Is because Canada, or at least where I'm from, isn't that freaking cold, dude. You're thinking of the Yukon. The Yukon, nobody lives there. You know why? It's because it's, like, in the tundra. And the only time you could actually have human interference, or I guess contact, is like the once a month when the dude comes on the biplane to deliver your monthly supplies. If that's how you have to live your life, is it even worth living? And I know, dude, the people that were there all this time, I got hit. That's not good. People that were there the whole time, the natives, good for them, but, like, maybe it's time to maybe it's time to just head down a little bit south. I'm not saying to leave your ancestral land. I'm just saying, like, it's cold up there, dude. We have Wi-Fi and Starbucks down here, man. It could be good. But I don't know. Anyway, so what's the point of this conversation? I don't know. I'm sure, like, Canada has a constitution. I'm not going to Google it. I'm probably making myself look like an incredible fool. But that's fair. We're pretty set. The Canadian mindset is a little bit different, you know? We're like, yeah, we know that we don't have to do this horrible thing to each other, so we just, like, don't. And then everyone's, like, happy about it. And, you know, it's not like we have, like, a big deal in the news every time it's like, hey, somebody wasn't stabbed on Jane and Finch this day. And everyone's like, oh, wow, Jane and Finch, that's usually where everyone gets stabbed. Do we want to do Boss Rush? We have the opportunity for Boss Rush. I wouldn't mind. Actually, well, I still don't know how Diplopia works with Boss Rush. I think it lets you just only take one item. Potato Peeler's not bad, actually. However, we're not going to be bombing our boy, a.k.a. the donation machine. He's not even at $100 yet. So let's do the boss. We can decide how we want to progress. If we can actually beat Mom in time, because it's not a bad run, and also my HP's low, but we have the wafer, so I'm not too worried about going down to the double damage zones, aka Kenny Loggins, his magnum opus. All right, now I'm a little bit concerned about going down to the double damage zone, aka Kenny Loggins' magnum opus. Welcome to the double damage zone. Welcome to the double damage zone. Stop giving me HP-based items. There's nothing good in here. Like, there's nothing worth fighting for. And if I don't have to, I'm not going to. It might be a mistake not taking the Lucky Scab. A little bit of extra luck would be nice for some more chest drops, potentially, but... Here's the way I'm looking at it. We can't afford to lose our HP. Yeah, I'll do this. Yeah, okay. Alright. That's what we're looking for, boys. As Anthony Mackie would say, cut the check. More than enough HP to get us through. I shouldn't honestly, I shouldn't be playing as badly. I don't know what it is, man. Some characters in Isaac, they get into your brain. Eve is a character that has gotten into my brain. I'll be honest with you, Eve and Maggie. Those are the two characters that, like, whenever I play them, I go into the run knowing, not even thinking. I just accept the fact that the run is going to be, like, a bad run. And I think that inflects upon the way in which I do play the game. You know? Preconceived notions are never good to have. Thank you, Brimstone Baby. Thank you. Preconceived notions, not a good thing to have. I don't... Skirt. Nailed it. You never want to go into something in life thinking that it's going to be worse than it actually is. You know why? That's a fair hit. It's a fair hit. I accept it. No problem. Give me another red chest with a couple more spirit hearts, brother. What are we going to use Diplopia on? I don't mind not having Tammy's head anymore. It's not that was just a bad dodge, honestly. I don't mind not having Tammy's head anymore. But I just don't know what we're gonna use Diplopia on. Well, we do have a decent chance at a deal with the devil, 72.5%, which apparently is going to be going down real soon if I keep playing the way that I am playing. We have Krampus out of the way, which means unless we get screwed over with a room full of red chests, which honestly won't be the worst thing for us, assuming that we get one spirit heart out of it. I think like Diplopia can still prove a benefit to us. For the short amount of runs that we have recorded on YouTube, Diplopia has been showing up quite a bit. It's just that I've yet to find a use for it in a way that's actually beneficial. I think we used it like once in a shop and that was it. So I'm not too bad, but you know, you never want to go into something thinking it's going to be worse than it actually is. Excuse me. I'm going to like do something that might be against the boyfriend code, but I'm going to put my girlfriend on blast just a little bit. In the off chance that she actually watches this garbage, and in the off chance that she's made it like 25 freaking minutes into an Isaac episode, I want you to know, I'm not You know what? Let's just like see if we don't have to do that room. I'm not putting you on blast, but I'm gonna use you as an example. So forgive me and bear with me, you know. But she's in school just as I am. She's very smart. I don't mean this. I mean this in like the nicest way possible. But like between the two of us, she's the one that knows what she's talking about in an average conversation. And and that's one of the things I admire about her. But every single time she does, what is this nightmare room? Get me out! But, you know, because she is in school, you know, her grades are very important to her, as they should be. And every time she has a test or an assignment, I think she worries a little bit too much. And she goes in thinking that it's going to be worse than it actually is. And because of that, she puts, like, a lot of pressure on herself. You know, I do the same thing, too. I talk about it, not a lot, but I'm not, like, I don't shy away from the conversation. All right, our HP's getting a little low, brother. I don't shy away from the conversation, but, you know, I have my share of anxiety and stuff like that. I think, like, everyone does to an extent. But I do it, too, but, like, it's bad. And I don't like it when she does it, because then she's like, well, I have this test that's tomorrow, you know. It's like, yeah, but you're getting, like, a really good grade in the course. You know the information. She's like, yeah, but what if I don't? You know, what if the professor tricks me and puts in, like, a different question than the ones that he told us to ask, or to study for? And I'm like, why would he do that? But it's, you know, and I see the way that it gets to her, and it's not good. Stop giving me HP-based items, for the love of God. It's been the last 4 freaking item drops. Anyway, what's the point of everything I'm saying? Maybe. Oh, good. Explosive diarrhea. I just realized that we have this hangman card, which we probably should have been using. Are we not one-shotting dips with 7 damage? I want to point out also, 7 damage, like, isn't that much. But the point of this conversation, don't worry about it. You gotta think of Eve as you think of an Isaac, you know? Whenever you do an Isaac run, you're excited. You're happy with the bursting potentiality of what might happen throughout the run. I mean, that was a bad hit. Book of Sin has been unlocked. Was that the first time we've beaten Wrath? Interesting, to say the least, that's for sure. You know, well, maybe not like currently, but once we get the D6 unlocked, Isaac will be like our go-to character for like when you have a bad day, you're feeling knocked out, you sing a sad song just to turn it around, you know? That'll be our go-to. But right now Isaac is like, he's kind of boring just because he doesn't have anything. But you know what? He's little baby, and little baby must be taken care of. Another hangman, huh? Is it a pin room or a mom room? It's a pin room. Alright. I don't know, man. Anyway, so, yeah. I gotta stop worrying about Eve. Maggie's gonna freaking suck. But there are things, and I think it's around the time that we start thinking about it. We do want to start doing some greed mode relatively soon. Just wait for it to pass. Whoever it was that's like, hey, you know what'll be a cool thing on the womb? Oh, how about bright red creep that also like kind of mimics the same palette as the floor? I think that'll be cool. It'll be really fun. You know, it adds a nice little dangerous challenge to the game. What are you? Oh, bruh. Book of Revelations. We don't need to use the Bible to kill Mom, but this doesn't give us bookworm. You know what? Like, I don't want a diplopia these 2 books. I also don't want to just take the Book of Revelations and you know, guarantee ourselves the win. I mean, like, honestly, there's no reason that we should think that we're going to lose, but I don't know. There might be, is that Google actually activating itself on this video once again? You know what? Fine, I'll do it. Okay. We've lost a tremendous amount of damage. However, we've gained a BFF-powered little brimstone. And also our remaining spiders are massive. You know what? Chat, that one's for you. I haven't been making use of the reroll rooms, but now I threw away a potentially guaranteed win for what looks like also a pretty much guaranteed win with the insane amount of HP that we have. So I think we're good. Yeah, there you go. Took us a little bit longer than expected, but Mom's heart has been defeated as Eve, finally. We're going to wrap it up, boys and girls. I hope you learned something on this episode. I got to figure out why Google keeps activating itself. Google brought up Egyptian origin of the Book of Revelations. So apparently it heard me in that room, and I'm getting concerned about this. Hey, if you like the episode, hit the like button. It really does help me out. And of course, if you want to see more of my content in the future, hit the subscribe button. Join the Fae Tribe. My name is Farival. Thank you for watching. Experimental treatment. I don't like that one.